Good morning. Today we are north of the I-80 freeway, and we will be hiking to Castle Peak along the ridgeline to Basin Peak, and then return. Small portion on the PCT today. We'll be going by Peter Grub Hut. I did not bring any treats or snacks with me to pass out, just because I didn't have much at home today and did not get out to the store. So I'll just be able to give greetings and no treats today. About a 10-mile walk, so looking for some amazing views and hope that you enjoy what I have to show you later on. So looking off to the side, you can see Castle Peak is our first destination. Before long, we'll be up on the top of that. For now, the hike is along this mountain road. Eventually, we'll connect to a more typical hiking trail a little before the Castle Peak saddle. We've joined the PCT about 1,000 yards or 100 yards below the Castle Peak saddle. Castle Peak is clearly visible there, and that's our destination that we're heading to right now. The saddle has amazing views all the way around, and then Basin Peak is directly in front there. That'll be our second destination. So, truly beautiful. This portion of trail just offers amazing views. It's kind of right along this ridge line coming up from the saddle. We'll have similar views when we go from Castle Peak along the ridge line over to Basin Peak. Just phenomenal views. Not many trees growing up here, which gives just a nice unobstructed vista. So we continue up. There's just a surprising amount of beautiful flowered foliage on this barren path. Got the mule's ears with their yellow flowers, the yellow sulfur buckwheat, the conifer trees, some of them dead, others full of green needles, all beautiful in their own way. And then just again, continue with the expansive views just in all directions. Beautiful meadow down below us. I'm always amazed when I come across patches of snow in mid-July. However, last year on the PCT, I went through this area in the later part of August and actually experienced much more of it. Just off to the left side of this meadow, amongst the trees, is the Peter Grub Hut. We will be passing by that later on the hike, and I'll get some pictures and video of it as well. The volcanic rock is one of my favorite geologic features, the way it just pops out of the mountainside, and the just amazing jagged forms that it takes. So we continue up the side of Castle Peak. It is absolutely gorgeous with just fields of more of these multicolored flowers just keeps getting better. Got greens, pinks, purples, yellows. Absolutely gorgeous. Much like my hike up to the top of Round Top Peak a couple of weeks ago, we are stopping at a false peak very close to the actual Castle Peak. Again, to get to Castle Peak, we'd have to go back down and do another little scramble, and it really isn't much taller than we are now. So that right there is the true Castle Peak. But from here you get the same views. Just amazing. Our elevation here is, I'm not sure, Steve, what's our elevation here?
Checking. Over 9,000. 9,070.
9,070 feet. So nice little climb. How much have we gone up?
16 or 1,700.
So it's a 16, maybe 1,700 foot climb out here in the distance. You can see kind of where we started from down there by the base of the ski resort. There's some buildings down there right alongside the highway.
Check go beyond this little bridge here.
Nice little climb, absolutely beautiful. As I hike along and past these rocks with the dark green and black moss, I can't help but smile and think of my two oldest boys and their Army service period. One has discharged, the other is still active duty and currently deployed overseas. I am just reaching the summit of Basin Peak. If I remember right, there's an ammo can up here with a register, and there it is. Oh, nice place to strip the pack, pull out the lunch, got a sandwich, some chips, and a nectarine. So I'm going to enjoy that up here on top of Basin Peak. Castle Peak over there, and continuing with just the absolute phenomenal views. From Basin Peak, we drop down the north side through this fairly lush green, almost meadowy area. We'll reach the valley and walk along the valley to, I believe it is Round Meadow, which is where the Peter Grubb hut is. Super green this time of year, and really pretty. Our trail coming off Castle Peak up behind me here is now rejoining with the PCT. This section of the PCT we will be on all the way past Peter Grubb Hut back to the Castle Peak Saddle area, and it'll branch off from us again about 100 yards after the Castle Peak Saddle. So every time I get back on a section of the PCT, I just feel a sense of calm and peace, and it just feels like home. So glad to be here again. Just off the trail is this large, fairly smooth slab of rock. And at the top of it is a very nice lookout. Beautiful. Sitting just off trail is the Peter Grubb Hut that I've been talking about. So we're finishing the loop that was formed from the Castle Saddle up over Castle Peak, Basin Peak, and then back down along the Round Meadow and Peter Grubb Hut. A slight uphill, and have just reached the Castle Peak Saddle again. So from here, just a quick downhill on the logging road and back to our cars. So it's been a great hike. I'll probably hit one more video if my battery holds out when we get to the cars. So I hope you enjoyed the day. Well, we've successfully made it back to the cars. Total mileage today about 9.9. So effectively call it 10. Our elevation gain 2,323 feet. So it's a fairly nice up and down, and a beautiful hike. Great scenery, absolutely amazing views, and good trails. So hope you enjoyed it. God's creation is amazing. I say it all the time. If you don't know Jesus is your Savior, recommend it. He's good. And I hope that you've enjoyed the time watching the scenery today. And have a great day. Get out there and do some walking yourself.